Okay, this working is it's another breakup working with one of these little black bottles, which I find are quite good for this type of thing. So I've made a puppet. I don't know if you can see that. My light is a bit dim in here. It's a little female doll, and I've made the male doll, baptized them. I filled their heads full of poppy seeds, confusion powder, separation powder as well. Want this couple to break up. He's seeing another woman on the side, so he's been forced into this position by family. It's one of those situations. I don't want to say too much because it's not my place, but this is not real love. This is forced love, which to me never really works. So I've got a black bottle, like I said, to bring about darkness into the situation. And like I said, I've blessed these dolls. I've anointed them with separation oil. I put hot foot oil on hers. And just like breakup oils that I make myself. So we're putting them him up the way and her down the way because we don't want them to see eye to eye. I'm going to see if I can squeeze them in here, along with the little petition, which is written in the present tense. Okay, there you go. So we're going to sour this with vinegar. I like the dark vinegar, but I'm sure any vinegar would be appropriate. So always see in your mind's eye the end result. Them breaking up. Well, they have walked away from each other. They're not an item anymore. You know, see that as if it's already happened. Sorry for the noise. These bottles are very irritating. Okay. That's about enough. I don't like to fill these up too far because the gases sometimes makes them blow. I've had that happen to me before many moons ago, and it was not good. Okay, so I want this to happen with the least fuss. So we're going to put in some alum powder. I've said before, alum powder is really good for silencing people. Very good for court work. And we want her to go away without, a lot of hassle. Some cat hair, because that will not go with the dog hair that I'm about to put in, which will bring about fights. The more they fight, the more they separate. Okay. I know I'm uploading a lot of these videos and they're very samey, but I'm having a problem. Sorry, that's control oil. I'm having a problem because I can't seem to send these files privately to the client. So if anyone knows of any way, I have tried it and the files seem to be very big and I can't. So I have to upload to the channel, and to me it's very repetitive for the channel to keep on regurgitating out breakups and love work. I would much prefer to send this privately, because I think any spell work needs to be private as well. I don't mind. I would prefer this channel to be of stuff I can show for you to learn from, rather than it be clients' work, if that makes sense. Okay, it's ranted enough. Some lime. That's lime juice. You can use lime, the actual fruit, but I like the bottled stuff because it keeps better. It stays fresher. Cayenne. We also need my destruction powder, which is gross. I'm going to bring about destruction to the relationship. Devil's dung, which needs to be replaced. That's also known as, I cannot pronounce that word. I'm going to show it to you backwards, probably. You get it in the spice section. Chili flakes to bring that heat into the equation, and we needed some black salt. I make black salt for both cursing and protection. So this is the stuff I use for curse work. Okay. And a little bit of poppy seeds. I have stuffed it all with poppy seeds, but I'll put some just in the jar. Right. Some of my breakup oil. I'm going to do this working for 3 days, and then I'll leave the little jar somewhere dark. But yeah, actually, 3 days. And for those, I'm going to pop the lid in this. Sorry, the smell is just horrible. Before I do that, I like to put some sharp, be it nails, be it pins, whatever it is, and I like to use tacks. I use 9 of them, little tacks. And you could use pins, like I said, or needles. Okay, I'll just pop the lid in that. I'm not actually finished with this because I do want to put some needles in that and some shards of glass. And then I'm going to shake that up. For the 3 days, I'll shake that up. I'm thinking this spell might go on to 9 days because I'd like to bring in, these are little skull candles that I make myself. They're tiny and they last one night. So instead of burning the big one that I have, these are the big ones. So sometimes I like to use the little ones that burn out in one night, and I'll sit with those the whole night, and I'll make suggestions. Oh, the wick has fell out. I better make a new one. Yeah. So I'll make suggestions to that little candle, and I'll inscribe the person's name all around that candle, whilst stating for the person to leave. So in this case, it would be the client's partner. So we want him to leave the woman that he's with at the minute. So we need to get into his head with that. So I like using black. And these little guys are good. So I'm going to have to find my box. I've got about 20 of them left. So I'll probably make a new batch soon. But this is good for one night. So I'll sit with that, and I'll put the incense on it because it has to be clouded. Because if he goes for a reading, I don't know if he's that way inclined, but if he goes for a reading, or if he goes, for like a reading or something, we don't want it to come up in the reading that he's had some work put on him. So I'm just putting a little bit of graveyard dirt in there and some precipitation powder. So the black candle is very good for that. It's very good for putting thoughts into the head. So, like I said, I'll put some incense, and I always turn it. And in this case, it will be anti-clockwise, as I'm saying, for him to break up, to leave her, things like that. But I will scratch his name, his date of birth, and I'll rub some oils into that. It can even be baptized, which is then represents the head of the person. So what I'll do is, like I said, I'll burn the incense, and then I'll anti-clockwise it as I state what I want to happen. I'll do that for this. Well, we'll see for 3 nights. We'll see how things go. Maybe 9, but I'm thinking 3. We can get things going for 3 nights, and then we can see. So I did look at some cards. Where are they? It's just a brief peep into what's happening between the two of them. Okay. So what's happening with regards to them is the center card is the main card here. That's the book. That's all about secrets. Obviously, there's a big secret here, and that is the fact that you're the client. You are in his life, and his woman doesn't know that. So we've got the man and the woman here, and we've got the fox and the child. So when I see the fox and the child, it's telling me that there's a devious person in the equation who's being almost childish or just in the way. They're really in the way, and for this situation to go anywhere, I do believe the secret has to come out. He needs to stand up to this fox that's in his life. This fox has been very immature. You said his mother is making his life a misery. That could very well be his mother. But he needs to stand up for himself, and he needs to say, this is what I want in life. I do not want to be with her. My whole life is at stake. For the sake of I don't want to say too much because I'm going to give things away if I say too much, and I don't want to say anything out of place or wrong. But just sometimes when things are arranged a certain way and tradition is in place, it's very hard to get out of that situation because you have your whole family against you, and that's the case with him. His whole family is against him, and I know he likes to keep things quiet, but I think this needs to come to the surface. So this breakup will put some strain on them, I'm hoping, and that's the way we want to go. So he really needs to put his foot down, and he needs to say, it's not what I want in life. I have my whole life ahead of me, and I want to be with the woman I love, not the woman I don't love. You can't force love, but that's just my opinion. So that's what I have for you tonight. It's thehouseofmagick@gmail.com, or you can, let us say before, leave whatever you have to say below. I'll get back to you all as soon as I can. I know I have a stack of emails to answer. With the past few weeks, I've been quite busy. I know I have a lot of videos to get out. I have a Z-Power working that should have been out a long time ago. To the client, I apologize. That will come very soon. What else? Let me think. As I said before, there's going to be some new workings. I'm going to be working with the Olympic, and I can't say the word, spirits. Haggy being one of them. Olympian. I'm going to go more in depth with the Guisha. We're going to veer away maybe from love work and into some different types of work with the Guisha. There's a lot of spirits there that I'd like to work with again because it's been quite a while. There's some different spells I want to put out there instead of these same spells. Of course, I still accept cases. It's just for the channel. I want the channel to have a little bit more direction, if that makes sense. So that's really it. So this is going to be worked on, and I will catch you all later.